Hey guys, I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are. Thank you so much for watching, for listening, and for commenting and subscribing to my channel. My name is Shikha, and I'm so grateful that you guys are finding my videos useful and for all the amazing positive energy that you've been sending my way. I am again very, very grateful. In this video, I wanted to speak to you guys about how one of you actually asked me this question. I don't remember, I think it was Atum. I don't remember the name specifically, I apologize. But you asked me, how do you handle your emotional burst inside, specifically sadness? It's such a beautiful question because it just the question itself makes me so happy because I love being a feeler. I love feeling all these emotions, but I wasn't always like this, right? When I was younger, not so wise INFJ, if I can say that, or when I was younger INFJ and I didn't know how to deal with all these emotions, it was really hard for me. It was really hard because I was feeling all the time, and I didn't know how to express myself. I didn't know how to be with these emotions or feelings on my own. And when I tried to explain myself to other people, I wasn't able to. But if I did, most people wouldn't understand what I was talking about because they're like, just get over it. Stop being such a baby. Stop being such a feeler, and stop being an idiot or whatever it might be. Whatever they said to me. And same thing with my parents. I tried to explain to them how I felt so sad about death or about the fact that they weren't going to be here forever, things like that, and they would always look at me like I was insane. Of course, very quickly I stopped talking about that stuff, but if it was still there inside of me, and it was still there, and I still had to deal with it, and I didn't know how to. I've said this before, guys. I've said this a billion times before to you, and I really, really wanted to say it over and over again because it's so important. I want you guys to understand this, how important this is. The main thing that has helped me with these emotional bursts, because I still do have these emotional random bursts of sadness or depression or gratefulness or happiness or all of these positive and negative emotions, right? I do still have these bursts, but it's really interesting how meditation and being with them, just being with them and holding space for them has really helped me be with them without feeling overwhelmed by them. And I know the reason why you guys are messaging me about it is because you feel these emotions and they're inside of you and they're so powerful sometimes that they can completely overtake us. That we feel like, oh my God, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore because this emotion is just it's inside of me overtaking every rational thought that I have, right? And I know why you're saying that because you feel it and you just feel like you can't be in the real world at that moment in time. You can't be around people. You have to be in your own cave in order to process it. Unfortunately, we have to be in the real world. We have to go to work. We have to do all these things, even though we might be feeling all of these things inside of us, right? Meditation or mindfulness practice helps with that because what it does is that you can sit with that emotion and you feel it and you feel it and you feel it and it becomes more and more bigger and bigger and bigger. But when you're meditating with it, you're sitting with it, and the more you feel it, the more you're with it, over time with your practice, you can be with emotion and not let it take over everything. You can kind of put it in a little box inside of yourself and observe it from a really, really far off distance so that it's there and it's really powerful, but you're not feeling overwhelmed by it. It's not overtaking you. It's not making you feel like crazy in the head. It's not making you feel like you just want to hide under the blankets for the rest of your life and just be by yourself or be in your cave forever and not be around people because you feel so overwhelmed. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm sure you felt all these emotions, and I have as well. And I still have those emotions in these moments in time. But what I do now, instead of feeling overwhelmed and crazy and withdrawing from the world, is that I just sit with it. And I just sit with it and I feel it and I let it overwhelm me for those few moments. But because I am in my mindfulness practice, in my meditation practice, the more I feel it, the more I'm able to kind of be just an observer from the outside, and a non-biased observer. I can see it and not let it be completely overwhelming me. Do you know what I'm saying? I can be like just here and I can watch it from like a far off distance and it's there and it's doing its thing. It's like going through different iterations. It's going up and down and I'm here observing it, being with it happily and not letting it overwhelm me. It's so important. I wish I could explain to you how powerful that is. And that's again one of the main reasons I'm constantly telling you guys, please, please, please start a meditation practice. Start even a small, tiny one, and you'll notice an immense and intense difference in the way you process emotions. So much so that when you have these emotional bursts, when you have these random things come up to you, you're not going to feel like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. I can't deal with this. I feel overwhelmed. I'm going crazy. I feel insane. You're going to be able to be with it, and you can kind of process it as logically, as rationally as possible. Kind of be with it, hold it, space for it, all that stuff, and then it dissipates. It kind of like a bubble pops and it's gone. And that's it. And then you can move on with the rest of your day, right? And it's so useful to be able to do that, because this happens to me at least 2 or 3 times a day, right? And every single time, what I do is I sit with that emotion. I am an observer of it. I feel it. I let it go as a bubble might, or dissipate. I let it just disappear. And then I go back to whatever I was doing, making these videos, doing my work, whatever I'm doing with the day, hanging out with the person. I just need a little bit of space to do this, and then I can go back to being in this world. Whereas in the past, it used to take me days, sometimes weeks, in order to deal with some of these emotions. It was really hard. It was really disruptive, And I know that's the reason you guys are messaging me about it as well. So whoever it was who asked me this question, I hope this makes sense to you guys. And I know if you haven't started a meditation practice, that you probably find it a little overwhelming. And I'm going to do a video specifically about that. But please start, download the app Calm or Headspace or whatever it might be, and start sitting in your body by yourself in silence, in stillness, and observe yourself. Be with yourself. Try to be in that space, because most of us have a hard time being there. Yeah. Thank you again for watching. Thank you so much for all the suggestions. Thank you for being on my channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being who you are. And I hope that you guys have an amazing day wherever you are in the world. I'll see you guys the next time around in the next video. Bye for now.